tighty, gosh almighty, who the heck are they? Hey, flim, flam, bim, bam, Ole Miss. My golly, and welcome to Buck Hemingway Stadium where the Rebels are ready to take the field. And the Rebels will kick it away to start us off. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. So the Mississippi State Bulldogs offense will have the first possession of the game. The trophy might look like an egg, but you better not be fragile. You better have a hard shell if you're going to come out in this one, guys.
And the three of us have called this game in the past. We've been in the stadiums. We've felt the hate.
Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Rebels.
Oof, and after that pick six, not the start this quarterback wanted. You're going to have to be really good about having a short-term memory and just turn the page. There's tons of football here to be played. You made a big mistake on that last throw. Don't let it eat you for the rest of this football game. You've got a lot of ball left to play. You've got to keep going.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the offense on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Harrell. Makes the grab, and he's dragged down. Mississippi State going up tempo. He leaves it with his back. At the 40, there he goes. Afterburners coming. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Garrison. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Let's see what they've got on second down. So many rich layers in this one. Dak coming off the bench. Fumbles in the end zone to lose it. Legs being hiked. Coaches being fired. This has it all, guys.
And such proud people in the state of Mississippi that love their football. And it feels like, Palmer, these games always come down.
Got it! Into the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State. On to attempt the try. The defense just lost track of him. There's no other explanation. I've got to assume they knew he was in an eligible position.
Or it was just ridiculously good scheming on the offense, Reese. I mean, just an unbelievable job of getting your guy wide open.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense has its first opportunity of the day. One matchup to watch in this one is how well do the backers tackle in space, David.
Yeah, and you've got to have great linebackers to get this guy on the ground. And they've got it. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. A lot of head-to-head battles, linebacker versus running back.
Yeah, tackling him in space, but also covering him out of the backfield. These two dudes are going to be shadowing each other all game long.
Hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, who the heck are they? Well, everybody knew an Ole Miss blew out State last time.
And they put a number up on it. Everything was clicking, yes, and the Egg Bowl is always close. It seems like those games come down to something crazy. But last year, Hotty-toddy put the smack down.
Yeah, it was Hotty-toddy that was able to just handle the emotion in that game right from jump. I mean, offensively, they jumped all over the Bulldogs early. That's going to be a big key for them again, I think, this time around.
Might be looking to run. Complete to the right. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise continuing to get louder and louder. Haven't met expectations. expectations. And this is the business we live in. College sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
A field goal try would have been a 51-yarder. They'll opt instead to try to move the chains on 4th down. They want to run this quarterback. They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down.
Yeah, at this point of the drive, 4th down and inches in your opponent's territory, you're trying to get into field goal range. You're just going to run the football. You're going to try to be more physical at the line of scrimmage. They were right there.
They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle, physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the 4th quarter.
Any way you can in your freshman season at quarterback, and he gets it done on the ground. The Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Toss sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He shows you all of his ability on that TV.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Complete to the left. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. Mississippi State right back to the line. Motion from the offense. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
This is so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
The give to the back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to get the 1st through the air. Quickly to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. Mississippi State hoping to ring up a score in this red zone trip. Wide receiver shows motion. The give to the back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that one is picked off in the end zone. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. They're backed up 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. Here's the handoff. Finds a little bit of room as he'll get 2 out to the 6.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
They've gotten this thing up and running fast, back and forth. We're inside a minute to play in the 1st. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Not much room to run. Give him 1 to the 7. Now facing a 3rd and long. Fast motion from the offense. On 3rd down, going up top. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Rebels send out the punt unit, getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
From the gun, running back on the move. And a short gain on this run, and that will bring us to the end of the first. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. The give to the tailback. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
And this is why you consistently run the football. A steady diet because you can break the long touchdown runs. Nice job breaking through the line of scrimmage, outrunning the rest, getting in for the long touchdown run.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all
just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
You know, you're seeing in college football now how the tight end position is evolving. The athletes playing the position now are just so much better than they used to be. And this guy on that diving catch, he just showed you that.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the right. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets to 1st down.
Just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. Now we got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. 1st down.
The Rebels are on the move. He'll keep it himself. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make a stop.
Just a simple power play, power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a 4th quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
Got it set up on the outside. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit him for a 1st down, and much more. Really good execution by this offense. Plays like that with just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch.
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! That had touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the school.
Yeah, they had touchdown written all over because nobody was covering. It would be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know you guys got some speed, and maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department there.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Bulldogs will hustle to the line. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Gets it out fast. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
They'll try the run. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, third and long coming up. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Now the play fake. Fires on the move. Finds a man on the left. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Finds his tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Quick tempo here for the offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
On the run, still looking. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. The field goal is no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them. And that ball is picked off. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Bulldog. How about that D coming up with a play like that? This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender. Seeing that ball in the end zone, your eyes get big as saucers. Go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Spits it out to the back. On target. They were able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Now on first down from the 28. He's going to pass. Showing the arm strength down the left side. Picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just sniffed the air and gave it back to his offense.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his second pick thrown in this game.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Steps away to find some room. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, to get down and don't take a big hit.
Fires complete on the crosser. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. On first and 10, trying to strike from the 15.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job for him today.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Let's it fly. And he was looking into the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
On fourth down, they'll run it, looking for the first. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Unloads it downfield. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day.
Back-to-back possessions, 2 forced turnovers, 2 interceptions. Defenses are salivating. That gets you excited. I'm the next guy trying to make a big play. I'm bragging about it if I've already got one pick. But if I'm the other guys, I'm like, wait a minute. I got to get me one, too.
They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. As someone once said, from way downtown, bang, outside of 60 yards. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, it's one thing to have a rivalry game, but when you have 2 longtime foes separated by about 100 miles battling here in the Egg Bowl, you know emotions tend to run high.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They had a really productive first half, but in a game like this, they better keep it up.
You know, at halftime, the offense and defense separate, and they kind of go over their own adjustments. You know the offense was saying to themselves very quietly, guys, we're not going to stop anybody. We got to keep scoring if we're going to win this game. So the pressure's on them here in the second half, David.
Yeah, and you get the ball first. And so it's been a high-scoring first half. You get to go out here now and make a statement. Start this half, say, listen, we're going to keep scoring points, and then maybe help alleviate some of that pressure on your defense.
Now the defense will try to rise up on third and short from the 21. Makes the grab on the left. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Gets it out quickly.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield, or if he lines up at wide receiver, this dude can get open, and he can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. And the Rebels look to keep this drive humming. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Nifty little dance step. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. Try and play action. Quickly out to the tight end. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
The defense, I think, was just more physical on that 4th down, guys. That was a design quarterback run, and they're calling that because they're trying to get extra blockers at the point of attack and get a numbers advantage, but just the defense fighting off the blocks, being where they're supposed to be, and not letting the quarterback break free. You just can't do a better job than the defense did on that 4th down.
From the gun, to give, looking for room. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Mississippi State going up tempo. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He'll pull it down and run. At the 45, on his way. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. Mississippi State comes out after picking up the 1st down. They'll give it to the back. And he's still running after the move. Slipping, sliding, dancing his way down to the 32. Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Got his man. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the 1st down. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. And he'll be brought down. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. They'll go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. 3rd down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. He'll run it again. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. He'll pull it on the read. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
21. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Palmer, and get you the football.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored. You score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Offense set on first down. Wide out in motion. Looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Fires to the tight end. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. From the gun, the ground game. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Now adjusting. Unleashes one. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. Looking for a productive play on first down. Leaves it with the back. Still running at the 40. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. Mississippi State right back to the line. They'll ride the hot hand. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Offense gets set for second down. As we head to the quarter break, Mississippi State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll run it from the gun. Smashes through. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a huge play. And he reels it in at the 15-yard line. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Leaves it with the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And at least they keep him out of the end zone. He's on the 3.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the offense was going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole, but on second in California, they dial up the running play, now setting up third and short.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Looking to throw for it. Makes the catch. He gets it in. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this two-game slide. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Looking to scramble. He's going to take off. And the flag comes in as this one falls incomplete. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. And here comes the offense on second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. The forward pass used to be illegal in football. That one still is. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Complete out of the backfield. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37. The Rebels are in the hurry-up. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. We can just be a little bit more aware as a defensive end.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Quarterback moving. Fires on the move. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Line gets set, first down. Motion from the offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun to give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. A 3rd and long coming up here. He's looking downfield to throw. Now he's going to break the pocket. At the 35, he's loose. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. He caught it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Mississippi State. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. They've got a fever, and what they want is more cowbell, and they are getting it as the Bulldogs stretch the lead.
Hail State, explosive plays all over the field, David. They are running away with this thing.
And I guarantee you all the Ole Miss fans are saying, get those cowbells out of my face, because they are excited and they've got something to cheer about.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
Flying out to the left. The 30, past the 20. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Rebels!
Now we talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50+. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of the football, because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these that are just weapons of mass destruction.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. To the ground with the back. Makes his man miss. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Mississippi State going up tempo.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk. Keep that clock moving.
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, that one gets tipped and falls incomplete. That's been the best news on the day for this QB, man. As a former quarterback that's done this before, I can tell you, when you throw 4 picks in a game like this guy has, you never forget it.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Nothing but green ahead. The 40. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
And you see so many of these plays now in today's football. Wide receiver coming in motion, and the quarterback catches it, just flips it forward. That's a completed pass. You see the big plays where it just lets him get on the edge really, really quickly. And if he drops the football coming in motion, it's just an incomplete pass. So these plays are getting big plays with really no risk.
Well, that is one the tight end is going to want to have back. He was wide open on that play. That's one he's got to make. He's got to be able to make that catch.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. They could have used a little bit more there. Picked up a 3. It's 3rd and 7. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's got his man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Back to the air one more time. He's got it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. quickly complete. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry.
Wait for this.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? This quarterback part of their running game. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Yeah, and that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. Got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
They're sending out the regular kickoff unit, and even with 2 timeouts left, I think they're going to sit there on defense and watch the clock hit 0 if they do this. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal. Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Now on 1st down from the 30. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. It's a fumble. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Ball security is so important. Turnovers lose you games, and this guy has put his team in some tough spots. He fumbled last week. He's fumbled again today.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. And they've put themselves in great shape to find a way to win this game in the waning seconds, Jesse.
And this is every quarterback's dream, right? You're down late in the game. You've got to be able to step up and lead your team. I can't wait to see how this guy responds.
No doubt. Already on their side of the field, plenty of time left on the clock. Stay aggressive. This is your moment.
Oh, look out. The ball's free. And the offense gets the ball back. How lucky are they? 5 points of pressure, high and tight. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll leave it with him. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that. But Palmer, it's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account, and it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good big-time candidates, some good coaches that could come in. We know they've got the money to spend. It just seems like they're going to make a change.
Clock is stopped. Timeout used by the defense. 14 seconds left. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. Guys, final minute of play, and we are all tied up. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. From the gun, the running back has it. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Four quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these These teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football and finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. They're getting this guy lathered up. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Snagged in the middle. It's Garrison. Makes the grab. Defense right there, and they are set up at the 14. This crowd knows when to bring it.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
How about getting that big play on the ground here in OT? Great job up front by the offensive line. This has been a long, hard-fought, physical game, but these guys look like they could play for at least another couple of quarters.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. From the gun on 3rd down. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. They'll try to put 3 on the board and take the lead in overtime. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And they go back on top. Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they've got on 1st down. Looks as if he's going to run it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He's in! A game-winning touchdown in overtime.
Game on the line. They've got to be the more physical side. Great job getting blocks up front. He was able to skirt his way into the end zone, David, to win this game.
Man, that's why I want the ball 2nd in OT. I know exactly what I need to go get it done. They take it down the field, run in the end zone, and end the football game.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.